What's up, guys? This is DUBKDAD. I want to talk to you guys about some trends I've been noticing on Dueling Network, and this is going to pertain to the September 1st format that's coming up here. And I know just some interesting things, some things I've noticed, and I want you guys to notice. I want you guys to tell me if you're having some of the same thoughts. So what I have here is kind of a representation of a lot of the decks that I've been seeing online. And of course, Donna Rabbit's still alive and well, and Agents is making a resurgence. Yes, Insectors, in my opinion, are still irrelevant. Are still relevant. Windups are now truly a skillful deck without that ridiculous hand loop. If you guys want me to show you that 9500 OTK combo, then please thumbs up this video, and I'll show you that combo video. And then we got plants, hero variants, decks running Destiny Draw, a D-Hero engine, and Dark Worlds. This deck takes metric tons of poops on a lot of the decks in the format just because they're just as fast as everything now. And usually the only time they lose is if they have a bad hand. I mean, it's as simple as that. Alright, so let's talk about some stuff. First of all, I just want to say that people are being kind of unimaginative. Instead of exploring the new archetypes that are coming up, they're trying to rework old archetypes. I'm like, why? The old archetypes have already been proven that they can be beaten. Agents, you guys know how to beat agents. Go ahead and let them have the shitty Earth. Don't Valor the Earth because they probably drew, 2, 3 Venuses to begin with. So, go ahead and let them have the Earth. Save your Valor for Venus. It's as simple as that. Also, in my opinion, you should be maining Max C. People say, well, the format and the meta isn't really defined yet. I'm telling you, at least 2 Valor, at least 1 Max C. And I'm saying that because everybody is having the same thoughts. Well, the meta isn't defined yet, so I'm going to run this deck because no one will be running this. Okay? Guess what? I main Max C in my decks. I mean, because if you're facing a deck like Dark World or Heroes, I mean, that's cards you can easily side out just like that. Simple as that. And, a lot of people don't like these decks, and they're going to want to rework, these old decks, which Valor and Max C are pretty good against, especially plants. So keep your Valors and your Max Cs in your deck. Donna Rabbit, out of all these decks, I feel that Donna Rabbit is probably one of the bigger threats, just because they still have a lot of their plays. They don't have the really good standalone monsters, but they still can put the 1900 Sabersaurus and then set a melee back row, and then the next turn slow exceed into one of their boss exceeds. So, it's kind of like Laquari set a million. They did Sabersaurus set a million. So that's still a frightening matchup. Okay, Insectors. I have been 2-0'd 4 or 5 times by updated psychics or by updated Insector builds, and I found some really interesting things about the Insector players. Now these guys are thinking out of the box. People assume that since Dragonfly and Hornet went to 1, that it's dead, and the Insector players, the dedicated Insector players, not people who picked up the deck because it's such a herp derp deck and they get easy wins, but the people who just love the deck because they like the cards, because they look like Power Rangers or whatnot. They're like, well, the deck has so many other plays. I got raped because the dude or the person I was playing equipped Earwig to their Centipede, did some shenanigans, and had like a Dragonfly and 2 Centipedes all boosted by 1,000. I've had plays where I had multiple hoppers dropped on me each at 2,400 due to Earwig. Earwig is a level 4, so it gives you more rank 4 plays. I've seen people run multiple Giga Manuses, and they're spamming Exabeetle and Photon Strike Bouncer off their single Dragonfly, and they turn Dragonfly into the toolbox card. Because in the past, they would Dragonfly do some stuff and exceed with it. Now they're doing Dragonfly, do some stuff with it, set safe zone or protection for that Dragonfly, and let everybody else do the work for the Dragonfly. And then on the following turn, Dragonfly blow up some shit, and then spam another exceed. And moving forward, I think that's the way to play the deck. That's probably how the deck should have been played in the first place. It was just, I mean, it would have, in my opinion, would have saw a lot more success in the TCG, because I believe that's how the OCG played it. They didn't play this to OTK. They played to control your field. Then when you have nothing left, OTK you, instead of just derp, derp, Dragonfly, Centipede, derp, derp, Dragonfly, Centipede, you know. And I think that this is a very relevant deck. Wind-ups. Again, just like the Inzectors, this deck has seen some innovation. People are just using like Rabbit Beatdown with protection. For the life of me, and I've been talking with a really good friend of mine. He's topped a couple of YCSs, very good player, Josh Graham. And we're on the fence about Factory. People say, well, Factory's, such a good +1 and it does this and that. But it's like, really, do you really need the Factory, in my opinion? I mean, of course it gives you the +1s, but you get the +1s at the risk of running into a first turn Thunder King, at the risk of space for protection. For every Factory you run, that's one less protection card you can run. That's one more dead card you draw in the face of Thunder King. So in my opinion, I mean, maybe one Factory, just like, if you draw it, you draw it. If you don't, you don't. Or no Factories. Play a control game similar to how Inzectors do. You control the field with tire splays. You control the field with your different exceeds, different rank 4s. You can use Rabbit to blink your hunter out. Drop a card from their hand every turn. I mean, there's just so many plays that you can do. I was getting raped because my opponent would, like, when I finally killed the rat, or when I finally killed Wind Up Rabbit, he would just go wink, get the rabbit, and then, pass turn, and then just either wink out the rat or wink out the rabbit. And then, if I kill that, then he just do some more shenanigans, and I just could not get rid of the rabbit or the rat. Whichever one he needed to do things with, that's who he would wink out with Rabbit's effect. And eventually, I ran out of resources trying to break up that setup. That setup kind of reminds me of Pulsar Red MD, though not quite as intimidating. But it's the fact that the amount of resources it takes to break that up. Using the graveyard as a toolbox, having an indestructible level 3 monster. That's what that reminds me of. Stop trying to make Tefnut Dad, Teledad, D-Hero shit. Destiny Draw sucks. There's malicious that 2, Dasher while cool and all. It's terrible. The Tefnut Dad, I tested it, several versions. People sent me their list. I tested it. It's like either you draw Hieratic plays or you draw D-Hero plays, and then nothing meshes together. You'll have an awkward hand of like D-Draw, Tefnut, Emergency Teleport, and 2 Krebins. You're like, this is awkward. And you look at your opponent's back row, and they have like 3 back row and a Thunder King. Don't do it. Finally, plants. My love, my precious. This deck is underwhelming, to say the least. Without Trishula, I don't even want to look at these cards. I mean, this is Debris Dragon. I wish I could put that meme up, that All Alone or Forever Alone meme. Because, you're forced to run Card Trooper. And Snowman Eater, it's an amazing card. It's an Alpha Thunder King, Reaper. But it just sits there until your opponent is ready to deal with it. They know that's a fucking Snowman Eater. They're not going to do shit. They're going to wait for you to flip it and either Warning or Valor it. So, and it's such a passive fucking card. So you flip it, they Valor, then what? You're going to summon your Debris Dragon or whatever monster into their 4 back rows. Or what I like seeing, every player I've played on Dueling Network who try to run Tsukiyomi in their plant build, they're like flip, and I'm like Valor, and then it's like, okay, Tsukiyomi, I'm like, fucking torrential? I mean, this is not the business. If you're trying to play GOAT format, if you're trying to play O5 format in 2012, thinking that this is the hotness, attack, kill, my turn, draw, flip, flop, no, that shit is not hot right now. Tsukiyomi is a good card, but not in plants. The deck already suffers from all the fucking passive plays it has. So, that's not hot. Snowman Eater, like I said, is a good card, but it's so passive. Windups are so much fucking more aggressive. Agents are so aggressive. Heroes, Dark Worlds are aggressive. And while you're trying to be cute with the flip-flop shit, you're going to get ate up. What you're going to do, they're going to attack your Snowman Eater with Grapha. Okay, good job. They're going to make, Windup's going to make Tyrus, run it over, good job. You know, I've convinced people to run Zenmayo just because there's so many players playing, Snowman Eater, and they'll set D Prison. And I'm like, dude, you fucking go Shark Magician, Shark, Zenmayo, Pop Pop, and then a QQ. Then you use Wind Up Rabbit to blink your Magician out of there, and then make them QQ some more the next turn. I mean, come on, you guys. Plant players, step it up. This shit is not hot. Snowman Eater, Tsukiyomi, that's no. Get that out of here. Sorry, Great Fails in Montana, but that shit ain't hot. It's not the business. So tell me what you think. Agree, disagree with some of my analyses, some of my thoughts. I'll be interested to see them. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe. Quick thing. I'm putting off Darklon equals truth and cards that should exist for a while. I enjoyed all the likes. I appreciate all the love I got, but the last couple of videos haven't gotten any views. I might put a link to see maybe if I can squeeze a couple more views, but it just seems like if some of my videos are getting 8,000 views, and then the first couple of those videos got several thousand views, and then the most recent videos didn't get as many views, didn't get as many likes, then maybe I'm not doing something right, and I'll have to reevaluate how I do that series. Okay, DUBKDAD, and I'm out.